All right, so if you're a homeowner, I'm willing to bet you've daydreamed about that perfect kitchen or a spa-like bathroom. But here's the thing. How do you make sure those dream projects are also smart financial moves? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Welcome to the Smart Homeowners Playbook.
This is the big question, right? You want to create a space that you absolutely love living in, but you also want that peace of mind knowing you're adding real, actual value to your property. And, striking that balance can be pretty tricky.
And that's really the heart of the matter. We pour so much into our homes, our time, our energy, a whole lot of money to make them feel like they're truly ours. But we just can't forget that for most of us, our home is the single biggest investment we'll ever make. The real goal here is to make sure both sides of that equation are thriving.
Okay, so to get past gut feelings and into the hard facts, we need data. We need to know which projects are actually going to pay off when it's time to sell. So this next part, it's all about the return on investment, or ROI.
Every single year, the construction industry puts out this incredible report, the Cost versus Value Report. It's kind of the gold standard for this stuff. We've dug into the latest one, and trust me, the findings challenge some of the biggest assumptions people have about home remodeling.
So here it is, the big reveal. Forget about that massive, sprawling addition for a second. The projects that give you the most bang for your buck are often the simple ones, the ones people see from the street. That first impression, it matters a lot. Not just to your neighbors, but to your home's bottom line.
I mean, just look at these numbers. They're kind of staggering, right? A new garage door giving you a 268% return on your investment? That's just wild. And it's because these are relatively low-cost, super high-impact upgrades that can instantly make a home look more modern, more secure, and just better cared for.
Now, on the flip side, we have the projects we all drool over. But the numbers here tell a totally different story. That fancy primary suite addition, you're only getting about 18 cents back for every dollar you spend. The thing is, these are projects you do for you, for your enjoyment, not really as an investment. They're super expensive, highly personal, and a potential buyer might not be willing to pay a premium for your specific taste in tile.
Okay, this table gives us an even clearer picture. You can see the actual job costs right next to what they add in resale value. And I want you to look at number 5, a minor kitchen remodel. This isn't the total gut job we just saw. No, this is about refacing cabinets, putting in new countertops, maybe some new appliances. It's a strategic facelift, not a full reconstruction, and it delivers an amazing 113% return.
Okay, so you've picked out your high ROI project. Fantastic. Now for the next big question. How are you going to pay for it without totally wrecking your finances? Let's get into the smart ways to fund that vision.
The key to financing most renovations is hiding in plain sight. It's your home equity. Think of it as a savings account built right into your house. It's the value you've built up over time, and as you pay down your mortgage or as your home's value goes up, that equity grows.
So there are two main ways you can tap into that equity. First, you've got a home equity loan. This is really predictable. You get one big lump sum for your project, and your payment is fixed, which is awesome for budgeting. Then you have a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. This is all about flexibility. It works kind of like a credit card that's secured by your house, so it's perfect for projects where costs might pop up unexpectedly. The only catch is the interest rate is usually variable, so your payments could go up.
Of course, those aren't the only tools in your toolbox. A cash-out refi replaces your current mortgage with a bigger one, and you get the difference in cash. And for smaller projects, a personal loan or even a zero-interest credit card can work, just as long as you're disciplined enough to pay it off before that massive interest rate kicks in.
So you have the plan, you have the funding. Now it's time to build the team that's going to bring this whole thing to life. And let me tell you, this is one of the most important steps in the whole process.
The classic dilemma. Do you try to save a little cash and do it yourself, or do you pay a pro to get it done right? For something like painting a room, DIY is great. But for anything that involves plumbing, electrical, or moving walls, a pro isn't a luxury. It's an investment in safety and quality. A botched DIY job can end up costing you way more to fix than it would have to just hire a professional from day one.
So who exactly do you need on your team? Well, think of a general contractor as the quarterback of your project. They coordinate everybody from the plumber to the electrician. If you're moving walls, you're going to need an architect to drop the plans. And if you're really focused on the look and feel, an interior designer is your person. Knowing who to call first is half the battle.
And here's a resource that a lot of people overlook: your real estate agent.
A good agent has a whole network of trusted professionals they've worked with before. They've seen it all, the good, the bad, the ugly, and they can connect you with reliable people, which can save you a world of hurt.
So far, we focused a lot on these big, flashy projects, but real home value isn't built in a single renovation. It's something that's protected and grown over the long haul. Let's talk about the long game.
Just think of your home like you think of your car. You wouldn't just drive it until the engine dies, right? You get regular oil changes. Your home is exactly the same. Small, consistent maintenance prevents tiny problems from snowballing into huge, expensive disasters.
And look, protecting your investment doesn't have to be some overwhelming task. Servicing your HVAC system isn't just about being comfortable, it's about efficiency and preventing a super expensive breakdown. Cleaning your gutters might take an afternoon, but it could save you thousands in foundation damage. These are the little habits that protect your biggest asset.
So when you put all these pieces together, a pretty clear picture starts to form. Whether you're choosing a project based on that ROI data, picking the right way to finance it, or just doing your routine maintenance, the smartest move is always the one that's backed by research and a clear vision of your goals. And in the end, it all comes back to this. Hey, not every project has to have a 200% ROI. It is absolutely okay to build that dream primary suite if it's going to bring you joy and you plan on staying put for years. The key is just to go into every single project with your eyes wide open, knowing if you're doing it for love or for money. So what's the right balance for you? Thanks for tuning in.